This is what jazz is, and that's what I represent.
Every live performance that Sonny's done for many, many years is transferred and put into the Sonny Rollins archives, or as I call it, the Sonny Vault, which I am the curator of. On Roadshow Volume 3, there were concerts dating back to 2000, going all the way forward to 2012. My job as the archivist was to transfer all of these shows in real time, listening to every performance of every tune of every show, and there's an average of 17 to 20 concerts per year from 2000 through 2012.
I might play the same song every night, but it's going to sound different each time. It's going to be a different experience.
Every once in a while a tune will come up that really stands out, and I'll make a note of it. And at the end of this whole process, I will put those songs that I think are the best, and I send them off to Mr. Rollins.
My process is to anesthetize myself so that I can listen to all of my own playing. So between Richie's perspective and my perspective, which is colored by my own self-consciousness about what I'm doing and how I'm trying to be perfect and all that, the truth is someplace in between.
There's no such thing as a perfect Sonny Rollins in this world, or maybe any world, but you know, it's certainly good enough.
I resent that.
If it was left up to Sonny, there would be no Roadshow record. There would be no Sonny records.
Don't tell him. Don't say that. There were a lot of beautiful standards in the movies and the radio. One of them, of course, I'll never forget, was my friend Jerome Kern, that movie Swing Time, which had a fine romance with no kisses. I remember the scene, and I must have been maybe 6 years old. I remember the whole picture, all the music, all the scenes, my girlfriend Ginger Rogers, the whole thing. Well, because I can't get them out of my head, you know, and I'm trying to get them better. I'm trying to improve my performances of them. Patanjali was a person like Shakespeare, who nobody knew when he was born, how long he lived. They said, oh, there was an early Patanjali. Then, oh no, he lived later. So he's one of these almost mythical in a sense, but there was a Patanjali. He was an Indian wise man who devised a practice of yoga, all the elements involved in yoga. But Patanjali put it into a very precise forms, a great teacher and a great person. When I play calypso, I want to get that authentic rhythmic pattern, but I want to play jazz against it. So that's where I was able to make a connection between the two musics so that it became a thing in itself. So it was a little different than what you'd hear down in the Caribbean, you know, which would be different from island to island anyway. Playing by yourself is hard for many reasons, but playing a wind instrument is physically challenging, you see. And so I had to really be strong physically, and of course, always mentally. When I'm playing out in public, it's wonderful because then the people are there and they sort of inspire me and take it to another level. But it's the same process when I'm here at home practicing. It's the same thing, really. I'm thinking and getting into my subconscious, and that's what it's about. When I'm practicing at home, I'm practicing so that I can get into my subconscious when I'm performing for people. But the process of playing, improvising, you're always in your subconscious. You're always going towards your subconscious. That's where you want to be at. That's the music you want to create. Things that are deep inside of you.